Private vehicles are allowed to move around Luzon, but only for basic necessities, which include buying supplies from groceries, markets, drugstores, or takeout food establishments. President Rodrigo Duterte declares a state of calamity in the Philippines Tuesday, March 17, to contain the spread of the coronavirus. Duterte signs Proclamation number 929, placing the country under a state of calamity for 6 months, unless earlier lifted or extended as circumstances may warrant. All forms of public transportation are suspended starting midnight after the Philippine government locked down the island of Luzon under an enhanced community quarantine. Private vehicles are allowed to move around Luzon, but only for basic necessities, which include buying supplies from groceries, markets, drugstores, or takeout food establishments. Health Secretary Francisco Duque says there are enough ambulances in hospitals to respond to people with medical emergencies but have no vehicles. In Pasig, Mayor Vico Soto allows tricycles to continue operating to serve health workers, security forces, food and grocery workers, and the media. Airports in Luzon will no longer operate outbound international flights starting Friday, March 20. Under the rules by the Interagency Task Force or IATF, outbound foreigners and Filipinos shall be allowed travel for a period of 72 hours or until March 20. Only uniformed personnel transporting medical supplies, individuals carrying lab specimens, and those on humanitarian missions are allowed to travel by air. Meanwhile, the Philippines suspends trade on its local stock exchange Tuesday. In a memo, Philippine Stock Exchange President Ramon Monzon says trading is suspended until further notice to ensure the safety of employees and traders. But taxpayers get no reprieve from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. The BIR is not extending its April 15 deadline for the filing of taxes. It encourages taxpayers to file online. As President Rodrigo Duterte locks down the entire island of Luzon due to the coronavirus threat, the Department of Justice warns those who will seriously resist or disobey enforcers will face charges and arrest. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara says there are 3 laws that may become the basis for arrest and charges. Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code on resistance and disobedience to a person in authority, Article 148 of the Revised Penal Code on direct assault against an officer, and Republic Act No. 1133-2 on the mandatory reporting on notifiable diseases under Section 9, which prohibits non-cooperation. This is a shift in stance for Guevara, who earlier said violators cannot be arrested unless there is assault, bribery, or slander. Meanwhile, journalists and other groups call on the Presidential Communications Operations Office to rescind the order for media to secure an identification card from the government office. In a statement Tuesday, March 17, various groups say that requiring an ID from the PCOO is unnecessary. They say, quote, "A valid press ID should be enough to establish the identity of a journalist and media worker even during the enhanced community quarantine." The statement also says the accreditation gives the impression that the PCOO is trying to control the media and compromise independent coverage. The Department of Health confirms 45 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of cases in the country to 187. Another staff member of the House of Representatives Printing Service Office tests positive for COVID-19. The patient was initially diagnosed with dengue. On Friday, March 13, the House confirmed its first coronavirus case, who also worked in its printing office. The patient died 2 days later. Philippine Bank BDO also confirms an employee of one of its operational offices in San Juan tested positive. BDO is the latest company in the country to confirm a COVID-19 case among its ranks. The first was multinational professional services network Deloitte Philippines. The DOH also reports another coronavirus patient recovered from the disease. He is patient with identification PH25, a 31-year-old male from Negros Oriental, one of the 2 repatriates from the Diamond Princess cruise ship from Japan. Another patient, a 21-year-old female with travel history to the United Kingdom and Qatar, is also on the road to recovery. The woman identified as PH130 will be discharged if her second round of tests determines she's already negative of the virus. The total number of recoveries in the Philippines is now at 4. The SM Group announces on Tuesday, March 17, it is allocating 100 million pesos to support the needs of the Philippine General Hospital, Research Institute for Tropical Medicine, and other government hospitals. The SM Group also aims to eventually distribute about 20,000 free test kits to public hospitals once approved for use. Ayala Corporation, meanwhile, distributes over 10,000 N95 masks to public hospitals. Meanwhile, Senator Manny Pacquiao says the Philippines will get 50,000 coronavirus testing kits from Chinese billionaire Jack Ma. In an Instagram post, Pacquiao said the kits will be coursed through Ma's charity foundation in partnership with his own. Ma also pledged to donate testing kits to Africa, Europe, and the United States. Actor Tom Hanks is released from the Australian hospital where he was in isolation since testing positive for the coronavirus. But his wife, singer-songwriter Rita Wilson, remains in the hospital. While Hanks recovered, more celebrities test positive. Actor Idris Elba's positive test result arrived Monday, March 16, London time. In a tweet, Elba says he shows no symptoms so far and said he feels okay. Game of Thrones actor Christopher Hivju, who plays Tormund, also tests positive. He is also asymptomatic. Actress Olga Kurilenko of the James Bond movie Quantum of Solace also discloses she tested positive. In her Instagram account, Kurilenko says she's experiencing fever and fatigue.